Last year, I did my first wishlist and predictions video, and it just happened to be for the year 2020. No one could have predicted how crazy this one year would be. So before I get into my wishes and predictions for 2021, let's see how everything panned out this last horrible year. First thing I wished for was ports of the HD Zelda remakes. Still waiting on that. Next, I wished for Tomb Raider to come to Switch in one form or another, and there actually was a rumor for a collection, which has me super excited since rumors have been consistently true lately. Rare Replay did not happen, but both Ori games happened, both digitally and this bitchin' collector's edition that I totally pre-ordered day one. Fez did not happen. I don't want to talk about it. Son of a bitch! Mario Strikers 3 did not come true, but something even better did. Pokemon didn't get its obligatory 3rd edition, but 2 DLC packs that included new wild areas and older Pokemon, which honestly I should have seen coming miles away. Fatal Frame is still a no-show, but that doesn't surprise me at all. Retro was a no-show, which shouldn't surprise me by now, but goddamn, what are they up to? We did not get a Metroid Prime trilogy, but we did get a 3D Mario trilogy. I didn't get Lara, Crash, or the Knight in Smash, but instead we got Byleth, Min, and Steve. We still don't have an internet browser on the Switch or an a la carte option for legacy content on the eShop, and the PS5 did come out, but there were no great games for me at launch, and The Last of Us 2, well... So I didn't get anything I wished for, but we still got a lot of great stuff, and I still got stuff I didn't mention that I wanted, like the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. And so, for 2021, my wish list includes everything from last year's. I mean, it's not like I don't want all that stuff anymore. I'm gonna keep wanting it until I have it. Plus, all of this. The Link's Awakening remake was awesome. You know what else would be awesome? A pair of Oracle remakes using the same engine and assets and stuff. While packaging them together for less than $60 would be the consumer-friendly thing to do, 1, it's Nintendo. No way they're gonna do that. 2, they were meant to be dual releases like Pokemon games. And 3, I don't know about you, but I'm still willing to pay full price for full remakes of 2 very full Zelda games. Mother 3. But not just Mother 3. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, all on a single physical cart that's part of a bitchin' collector's edition. Because this series needs to be done right. I know I'm already wishing for the Metroid Prime trilogy, but I also want a new 2D Metroid. A 5th entry taking place after Fusion. It's been waited for longer than the last Tool album. At the same time, I want a new 3D Donkey Kong game. I've wanted that since the first and only one. I want a big update for New Horizons, mostly focusing on new recipes and rewards in the Nook terminal. Silk Song. Oh god.
I understand. Take your time. Take your time. I need an answer in the next 5 minutes, but take your time.
The portable nature of the Switch just makes me wish all my favorite games get ported to it, just in case I ever...
live in a van down by the river.
So here's a few that come to mind. Symphony of the Night, maybe as part of a second Castlevania collection with all the big Metroidvania style entries. Beyond Good and Evil. It's amazing, it's Ubisoft, and it's a former GameCube gem. Okay, Nier Automata. Holy crapola. I really want to play this. Although if it was downscaled on the Switch too much, I might double dip, because this is the type of game I think I'd love to see in its optimal performance, but also be able to play anytime, anywhere, just in case I end up
living in a van down by the river.
Also, this should go without saying if you know me, but the first 4 Silent Hill games. Also, have you heard the rumors about the original Silent Hill being remade or rebooted or re-whatevered by key members of Team Silent? Like, I do hope it's true.
But also, I don't.
I don't think GTA 6 will come out next year, but my wish for whenever it does release is that it doesn't take place in Vice City, as recent rumors this year have claimed. I want a new location. We can't just keep going back and forth between Liberty and Los Santos and Vice City and stuff. So my suggestion, Washington, D.C. It's different, it's topical, and it's full of some of the worst cocksucking criminals to ever crawl out of the devil's asshole. And my final wish is that Nintendo does not announce these by randomly dropping tweets and YouTube videos, but return to the directs that we've missed so dearly. Alright, so here was my prediction calendar for 2020. Normally, that amount of mistakes would make me reconsider doing a predictions video in the first place, but since 2020 turned out to be unpredictably fucked overall, I'm gonna give it another go. January is gonna be a lot like this year was.
You're sterile, is that it?
I don't even think we'll get a direct. I'm not sure when directs will come back, if they ever do, because the world is still pretty unstable. If Nintendo has their work-at-home situation all smoothed out, then they might, but I think it'll be later in the year. February's already booked up with Super Mario 3D World and Bravely Default 2. I'm gonna try to average one first-party and one third-party title per month. This month will also reveal and/or release the third DLC fighter, Paper Mario. The PS5 will get Gran Turismo 7. March's schedule is also full with Monster Hunter Rise, Balan Wonderworld, and Story of Seasons. I feel like this month is busy enough that Nintendo will feel like they can get by it without a first-party release. And if directs do come back, I think an early spring one is a safe bet. And it'll basically just open the lid on whatever's going on in 2021. And unless they have some unannounced game lined up for their springtime slot, I think new Pokemon Snap will come out in April. The PS5 will get Ratchet & Clank. Nintendo will also skip May by coasting off a Ninja Gaiden collection I heard about, and No More Heroes 3. Okay, June. To E3 or not to E3. If it comes back, which I don't think it will, like maybe ever, it will not be open to the public, but for socially distant press and companies. Except for Sony, who won't show up, cause they just be gangsta like that now, I guess. Either way, Nintendo will shadow drop Fall Guys, reveal and/or release the 4th DLC fighter, Crash Bandicoot, and launch a Kirby game. Not the pinnacle Kirby game that HAL ambitiously alluded to in their 40th anniversary interview with Famitsu that got fans hoping Kirby would finally make the jump to 3D, but one of the non-action spin-off games they also mentioned. They sounded like they were still in the planning stages of the big game. If E3 does not happen, Nintendo might just push that Kirby game to July. But if it does, in July, Nintendo will get by on some Age of Calamity DLC. I mean, can't you just feel that coming? And that will be the first part of their 35th Zelda anniversary, as well as the sequel to The World Ends With You. August will be dead as usual, because if you look back at the Switch's history, August has been pretty empty, save for some minor third-party releases, which I think will include Bugsnax. September, on the other hand, if you again look back on the Switch's history, has been the kickstart to Nintendo's end-of-year blitz. If directs do come back, there will be a third one that reveals the rest of the year and a good peek into the next. I think we better hopefully maybe get Netflix, a browser, and N64 games for Switch Online. And I think we'll get something Metroid. I don't know what. Prime Trilogy, new 2D, not Prime 4. But I do feel something Metroid this way comes. I mean, it's the Switch's 5th year, it just has to. I mean, fucking come on, man. I'm dying here. What else is even left? In 2020, October was testing ground for Pikmin 3. Presuming it sold as well as you'd expect from that series, plus the extra boost it gets for being a game released in the boring stay-at-home COVID times, October in 2021 will finally give the world Pikmin 4. We'll also get a timely port of Crash Bandicoot 4, and the 5th DLC fighter will be revealed and/or released, Travis Touchdown. Also, Resident Evil 8 will come out on Halloween. In November, Nintendo will launch the heavily rumored Switch Pro, along with their big, shiny 35th Zelda anniversary title. Will it be Wind Waker HD? Twilight Princess HD? The oft-rumored Skyward Sword HD? Or perhaps all three of them packaged in Zelda 3D All-Stars? Or maybe it'll be Breath of the Wild 2. Once the obvious franchises like Smash and Pokemon are checked off the list, their holiday titles are harder to predict. Also, Horizon Forbidden West will come out on the 12th. Finally, in December, Nintendo will be too busy counting all our money to release their own games, so we'll get a long-awaited port of Persona 5 and a bittersweet cloud version of Cyberpunk. Last year, I ended my wishlist predictions video by saying this: the future of gaming looks bright, despite the future of the world looking bleak. Okay, this one's on me, guys, my bad. Hopefully 2021 will be a turning point for the better. My wish is that we'll all be totally okay and nothing bad will ever happen, and the aliens will reveal themselves as well as the secret to immortality and usher in a new eternal age of peace and happiness. But my prediction?
You're gonna be doing a lot of doobie rolling when you're living in a van down by the river.